Yep, JP, we're going to talk a little basketball.
Yeah.
We're going to start with college first and our national champions. We missed this on the. I wish I'd seen this on the inside stats I was giving you, Tom. We were picking the champions. Since 2004, every national champion was ranked in the top 12 in week 6 of the AP poll. This year, it happened again. The champion was ranked in the top 12. Houston, in week 6, was 15th. So if you want to know, remember this, put this down. Next year, week 6 AP basketball poll, the top 12 will have your national champion entered into it. It's been doing it for 22 straight years now. It's amazing.
Terry, we'd appreciate a little professionalism over there. But anyway.
Speaking of national champions, how about this, Terry? Tar Heels were beating Florida at some point. 81-77 in the second half, Tom, of a game.
Wow.
With 3 minutes to go. So if you say, do the Tar Heels belong in the tournament? They sure gave Florida at 10-0 a good run there. I don't know how it finished. I don't want to hit the next button to see what happens, but
interesting.
They didn't win that game.
Interesting. No, I thought the little guard for Florida, what was his name? The guy that had 30 points every game. Gosh, I can't remember
Clayton?
his name. Yeah. He's just phenomenal, man. Every time they needed a bucket, man, you go to that kid, and I tell you, man, he's good. They had some other players too, but I tell you, man, I doubted him. I was like, no, someone's going to shut him down. They're going to shut him down, kind of like they did the. There was another one there that had 50 points one game or something stupid, and then had like 6 points the next. I thought he was going to have one of those. Like somebody's going to shut him down. Somebody's going to shut him down, but they didn't. And they're cutting down the nets. Congratulations. We both picked Houston, though, Kevin, and they were there.
Have you seen this guy?
Wow.
He's 7'9".
That's ridiculous.
That's Florida's freshman backup, whatever.
Yeah,
center.
they had him. They had a couple other good players, too, man. Like, I watched them last few
What's
games.
this, Tom?
Yeah.
He grabs the scissors off the top of the ladder, which is at 9 foot.
That's ridiculous.
I would have had to climb up the ladder to get the scissors.
Yeah.
And at 7'9", cuts the net.
I thought for sure. I said, someone's going to shut that guard down, and he's the catalyst for everything else on their team, and somebody will beat them. But I was not correct. So congratulations to Florida. They barely got by. Gosh, at Texas Tech though. I mean, Texas Tech had them dead to right, Kevin. I mean, they just couldn't hold on. But they always found a way to win. So, championship teams do that. When you count them out, they find a way to win.
So this wasn't counting the championship game, but obviously these are the final 4 wins in the last 10 seasons by coaches.
Oh, look at Coach K.
Dan Hurley 4, Jay Wright 4, Roy Williams 3, Self, Few, Drew Bennett with 2, Kelvin Sampson 1, Golden, Beeline, Beard, Painter, Davis, and Butcher with 1. And in the last 10 seasons, 0 Final 4 wins for Krzyzewski and Shire.
Speaking dead to right, they had Houston dead to right, didn't they, Kevin? Can't let that one get away, man. It's what makes it fun, though. The unpredictability makes it
Sampson
fun.
took a shot at the ACC. What did he call them? It was some kind of – he took a big insult calling the league something. Duke enters year 10 without a championship appearance. UNC has had 3 title berths in that span. Duke has landed 32 5-stars in the last 10 years. North Carolina, 9.
But they don't stay. What's it matter? I mean, if they don't stay like they used to.
That's one of the things that I've been pointing out for years to Carolina fans, that they have to realize that when Dean Smith left, they stopped recruiting NBA players. That's how long it's been. When Dean Smith left, not Roy Williams, when Dean Smith left, they quit recruiting NBA players. Basically, they've had 9 in the last 9 in the last 10 years. 5-star players.
Wasn't it like mid 90s?
90.
Guthridge did it a few years, and then
correct.
You're right, but you can't keep them there. And basketball is just a game where you have to have players that play together, man. And now you're just not going to have that. You're going to get a phenom. He's going to go out there and dunk, make some Instagram highlights, but then he's going to be gone after a year. It's just not fun anymore. So I don't keep up with it as much as I used. Now the tournament's still fun, like especially when you get into the 16A, that's still fun to watch. But by then, I tell you, I don't know the players because, and just when you get your news flash, oh, this guy transferred out, this guy transferred in. I mean, it's just, they're not really like part of that school. They're just there. They're just rent-a players. And it's not the same as it used to be of watching, we were talking about J.R. Reed last week, right? At least you got to watch him for 3 years with the same team. And you don't get to do that anymore. It's just not fun anymore.
Well, it's hard calling a player like, do you say does Carolina? Well, obviously Carolina fans ain't gonna claim Caleb Love, but like players like that do transfer to like Tom, for you Ohio State guys, the quarterbacks that transferred out, do y'all get to claim? Was it Joe Burrow or whichever one it was? However that worked.
Some people said he did graduate from there.
Yeah,
but I agree with you. I don't think like a player should be stuck on somebody's bench for if I can get an opportunity somewhere else, by all means, I understand that. But I would say, like you say, like they could just give us at least give us 2 years. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? At least give us 2. I mean, even like football free agents, a lot of times, well, you're only a free agent every so many years. Usually, there's 1-year deals, of course, but I just don't understand why you just don't say, hey man, I need you for I guess there's so many other teams that are willing, to say, hey, just come here. You don't have to sign something like that. Then it's just hard to do. Oh, is this the story? Okay, this is okay.
Have you read this? Have you seen this?
No, I thought it was more on that West Virginia player story.
This is Jim Larinaga, when basketball coach Miami. When I was an assistant at UVA, we flew recruits in a private jet, totally legal. One weekend, we had 4 kids from New York. Our Learjet had 2 pilots, a flight attendant. We served breakfast on board, first class all the way. One of the recruits had a dog. When we picked him up, the dog ran out. A minute later, the cab pulls out, bang, runs over the dog. The recruit jumps out to check on it, and the dog bites him, rips a 3-inch gash in his hand. We told his parents not to worry. Virginia had the best doctors in the country. We wrapped his hand in a towel, and he still took the visit. Just stitched him up.
Oh, God. Did the dog die?
Somebody says this dog probably passed natural causes before I was even born. So they were wondering if this is so long ago when it happened. So he's probably dead now, Tom. So
no, I meant as a result of being run over.
Oh no, it did not. It did not. He was just talking about the point of the story was talking about the kid getting his hand bit and still coming to.
But as a dog lover, I was like, did the dog make it? I'm worried about the dog. I got one that chases cars, man. It just scares me to death.
I got to listen to that one. There's Belichick mic'd up at spring practice at Carolina. I'll check that during the breaks before I listen to any of that. Any more thoughts or whatever as far as on the college stuff? I got a bunch of NBA. Here's one. Here's you talk about the NIL thing. And this is one thing that I always thought, and I think this is a good thing. This is this is for players to me, like say Tyler Hansbrough or Rodney Monroe or, Chris Corciani, the ones that are Bobby Hurley, the ones that are really good in college that should have been paid in college and didn't get paid in college, that probably aren't that good in the NBA. How about, for an example, I don't know if this kid will be good in the NBA. JT Toppin, though, the 30th pick in the draft, will earn $2.3 million next year. JP Toppin will make more than that at Texas Tech. I think it's like $3 and $4 million what they're looking at for that. So that now that the stars of these schools are catching the bench players, and some people don't like that. And I'm like, well, that's kind of, if you actually do the math, if you're a star in college, and that's where it kind of evens out. So you should be paid more than the guy sitting on the bench for the Charlotte Hornets, just hoping they sell more chicken tenders in the upper deck to pad my salary. But Terry, any other thoughts on the college basketball before I shift over into some NBA stuff?
No, all I know is North Carolina State's needing 10 players.
They had 10 leave?
They had 10. We're only down to 2.
I don't know how they value this.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where y'all, when I sit back, and this is me, I used to say one and dones can never win a championship. Anthony Davis won a championship, but he had junior and senior guard leadership on that team.
He scored 2 points in that championship
game. I know. That's
game.
what I'm saying. But I used to say one and dones will never win one, and they never have. We're going to go back now where the Fab Five could win one now. No matter what happens, because of the way they come together. When you are taking the NIL and every team every year puts juniors, seniors, transfers, whatever into a bundle, you are the same thing as having one and dones. They're going to come to your school for 1 year and then they're going to be gone. Well, it's the same thing now, even though they are juniors. My whole deal now is can them juniors and seniors that you're bringing together play together?
Well, that's how I was telling Kevin.
Can they have the camaraderie as one team that one guy like me and you, Tom, would be both scorers? You're going to score and I'm not. You know what? I'm not going to play this.
Like it was fun when the guys played together. You know, it was a better product.
Yeah.
You could just tell it's a lot of individualism out there now. You know what I mean? Just give this guy the ball and see what he does with it.
But be careful.
It was a better product. Like 20, 30 years ago, it was just such a better product than it is
If
now.
the Fab Five would come along now, they would win a championship. It's that simple.
Yeah.
If Duke, Wynn, Williamson, and all of them were there, they could win a championship now.
But I remember when I used to follow Carolina in the 80s, you know, you would see that the same guys, you know, for 2 or 3 years together, and it was fun because you knew them, you knew the name, you knew where they were from. You know, it was fun. But now, like, it's hard to get into it when you don't know it as well. Like that's what I was telling Kevin. It's just like it's just hard to get into it.
It's hard for me
until the tournament. The tournament's still fun, but it's not what it used to be.
It's hard for me to get into it knowing that State went to the Final Four just last year,
and now they have 2 players.
And then they come up. Now you got 2 players, plus you got a coach that's gone because you went 12-19 because the guys you brought in couldn't play together.
After they paid him too, right? It's kind of funny. Here's your money. Oh, by the way, you're fired. I mean, it's just, but that's the way. The word I would say is whimsical. You know what I mean? It's just like we're gonna do this, then we're gonna do that. Okay, it's going all well. We're gonna pay this guy. Oh, we're doing bad next year. He's fired. I mean, how could you go from getting paid 1 year to the very next year? We're gonna run you out of town and get a new coach. I mean, it's just like up and down, whatever. I'm doing good now. And then next minute, oh no, I'm done. Yeah.
The best highlight of the Duke Houston Final Four game is security not allowing Hakeem Olajuwon to join the celebration. He didn't have the right credentials.
People are stupid.
Look at his face.
Yeah, he's just like,
what do you mean I can't come out there?
You mean I cannot be part of this?
There's the Hakeem Olajuwon being
You know what, though?
No.
If I am Samson and I see this, which he might not see it.
He saw it afterwards,
well,
sure.
I would go over and get him, but he's with me.
Right.
Do you coming up here? That's how simple that would be.
Look at his face.
I mean, look. You're telling me I could not?
I am Hakeem Olajuwon. He should have slapped him like he did Vernon Maxwell.
Yeah.
Boom. Could you imagine in his prime that man grab a hold of you?
That's what Vernon.
That would put the fear of God in you real quick.
He said, "Man, he grabbed me with them hands." He said, "Those are real hands."
I'm telling you, man. It's just, you don't know grown man strength till you start messing around with a 6'9" guy. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I'm not doing that. Nope.
All right. So you said the game isn't what it used to be, right, Tom? And
it's just not as fun.
So I've got someone else that feels the same way for you, and I want you to read this for the folks at home. Feels the same way. Talking about today's game, and it's not just, just the basketball. So Tom, I'll let you read this.
This one might light up some folks, but here it goes. Head right now to the university website and look at the current crop of Ole Miss cheerleaders. What do you see? What I see is a bunch of girls that look like extremely low body fat middle school boys with makeup. The tops wouldn't count as training bras for the cheerleaders from the 80s or 90s. No glamorous, soft, wavy hair. It's all about gymnastics. Their face pics look like lean female bodybuilders. I'm sure they work pretty hard, but damn, can there be some sweater puppies, please?
Oh, my God.
Somebody's not happy with the state of cheerleading today.
They are in very good shape.
It's nothing but gymnastics.
They are in very good shape.
It's not the USC Song Girls anymore.
But I will say one thing about the Final Four. Those were 3 of the best games that I had seen all year long.
They were good games. That's what I'm saying. The Final Four was fun.
What did it all come down to? A lot of people like this running, gunning. No, I didn't. I like it because they were defense being played.
Yeah, but Terry, I like the Elite Eight too.
I think
You know what I
that-
mean? The Elite
Yeah.
Eight games were good.
I think this
mean,
is what he's referring to. There's
Yeah.
no more. The folks at home can't see what I'm showing Tom. That
Yeah,
they're not worried about the gymnastics.
they had a little bit more, 70s, 80s is different from today because back in the day they looked normal, how do I put this without getting in trouble?
He just
They-
said
they-
not a
No,
great-
no,
That's
maybe
more
they probably
gymnastics,
be
baby.
quiet.
Yeah,
is now is what it is. It's
Yeah.
100% like what he just said.
You have a different body type if you're a gymnast.
Correct. All right. If you were betting man, don't look at my screen. I'm gonna pull it up. Colleges that have won the most national titles in shooting in a NCAA rifles. What colleges have won the most national championships
In shooting.
in rifle?
I'm going to go one.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you. It goes back to 1980.
I'm going to say Stanford.
No.
They're not.
No.
See, I'm trying to think. Let's see.
I think shooting. I think how about Ole Miss?
No. You're in the kind of neighborhood for one of these maybe, but
Shooting. Oh.
So let's go other like rural northern states. What about Minnesota?
nah.
Nope.
All right, I was waiting for you to guess.
That's
it.
what I'm
Sorry,
saying.
how about
Let's
this?
don't.
I was waiting for y'all to guess this. Nobody's going with
These are probably small schools you never heard of.
how many national championships you think Army has won?
Two.
Yeah, there's another one we never thought about.
Why are they? Should they not be number one?
They should be up there.
That's
I mean,
that's what
in
I'm
the
saying.
top 10. I'm going to say top 10. I ain't going to say they should be number one.
What do you mean it shouldn't be number one?
Well, I'm just saying. They ought
Terry,
to be in
if
the
you're
top
going
10.
to the championship and the Army guys over here getting waxed by,
Well, I'm just telling you. I'm just saying.
I mean, Tom, we talk Civil War all we want. Like, it's not good
They ought
news.
to be in the
if
top 10.
If Army's getting beat by the Musketeers over here, and I'm about to show you why. Army has won national championship since 1980, and it was in 2005. So it's been 20 years. How about no other armed forces are on the list?
Maybe all of them don't play that sport.
I guess they
We
don't.
get enough
But
shooting
either way,
of our
Army's
own.
got one. Murray State has 2.
Murray State.
Tennessee Tech has 3. They won the first 3.
They
won
would
the
have guessed
first-
Tennessee.
No,
They won
I'd-
the first 3. There was probably
I'd have
10
never
people
guessed
in the
Murray
tournament.
State neither. I'd have never guessed those.
Tied in third place with 4 national titles. TCU, Texas Christian, that is, and Kentucky.
Mm.
So you probably
That's
figure
impressive
it's
for
good shooters
Kentucky.
in Kentucky and Texas. So you got Tennessee's in there too. Number 2 on the list is Alaska. 11 national championships.
I'd have never guessed that.
And number 1 with 20 national championships. Take me home, country roads, West Virginia.
Yeah, makes sense.
Don't come to the Appalachians, boys. We got West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee Tech. Bring the Army up here, Tom.
That's 'cause
one
it's-
national
That's
championship.
because instead of paying their power bill, they go out and buy a rifle and 8 boxes of ammunition.
20 national
How
championships
about that?
from West Virginia. All right, that's our end of our college stuff. We'll switch over to the NBA basketball.